Welcome to my channel!
Hi!
Ocean currents are massive bodies of water that travel long distances around the world. The major force that produces the currents is the wind. There are 7 main ocean currents and thousands of smaller ones. They move in large circular streams at about walking pace. 1 to 5 knots. In the northern hemisphere they are anti-clockwise. Winds carry the warm or cold water currents along the shorelines, affecting the climate of the various continents on the way. The Gulf Stream, for example, is a current that carries warm water from the Caribbean Sea, up the east coast of the United States and then to the west coasts of Britain and northern Europe. Without the Gulf Stream, these areas would be much colder. Oceans are also influenced by the pull of the moon and the sun. This pull causes the tides. Each day the level of the sea rises and falls and then rises and falls again. Each high tide and the following low tide are about 6 hours apart. The difference in height between high tide and low tide is called the tidal range. The largest tidal ranges are found in bays and estuaries. The Bay of Fundy in Canada has a tidal range of 15 meters, 49 feet, the highest in the world. On open coasts the tidal range is usually 2 to 3 m, 6 to 10 feet. As the moon is much closer to the Earth than the sun is, its pull is greater. The ocean waters on the side of the Earth facing the moon are pulled the most, resulting in a high tide. As the Earth itself is also pulled towards the moon, the waters on the other side of the planet form another, though slightly smaller, high tide. The highest and lowest tides occur when the Earth, the moon and the sun are in a line with each other. These tides are called spring tides. When the sun and the moon form a right angle with the Earth, their combined pull is weakest and the difference between high and low tide, the tidal range, is at its lowest. These tides, spring and neap tides, occur twice a month. In 1977, Nigel Wace threw 20 wine bottles overboard from a ship traveling between South America and Antarctica to try to discover how far and how fast ocean litter travels. Most of the bottles took 2 years to drift to Western Australia and nearly 3 years to reach New Zealand. Others reached southern Africa, the Seychelles and Easter Island. Because there is so much litter in the oceans, Wace says that today he would not throw any rubbish into the sea, even for sake of an experiment. Circling currents. The major currents of the world's oceans link up to make 5 giant loops if moving water called gyres. These circle different oceans, such as the North Atlantic, the North Pacific and the West Pacific. Moving ocean currents. In the tropics, strong winds push currents towards the equator in the northern and southern seas. Westerly winds push currents eastward. When they reach a continent, they change direction. The spin of the Earth also influences the direction of the currents. Those in the northern part of the world are pushed to the right, while those in the southern part are pushed to the left. This phenomenon is called the Coriolis Effect. When 80,000 Nike shoes were swept into the sea from a ship traveling between South Korea and Seattle, Curtis Ebsmeyer traced their path to learn about ocean currents. The shoes began to wash up on the west coast of United States about a year later.
Bye!